You know, WWE, if you were short on commentators, you should have just called me. I mean, we're just gonna have wrestlers commentate for no reason? Okay, cool. What is up, guys? We are back for another review. I was really busy last week. I'm sorry, I did not do AEW or SmackDown, but we're back, and we're gonna do the full week this week, I promise. So we're reviewing Raw from last night. And this show was interesting. So I was actually in the Thunderdome for part of it. I usually try to go in the Thunderdome once a week, whether for Raw, SmackDown, or the pay-per-view. And now what they do, so if you've never been on the Thunderdome before, usually in the beginning they had like Tom Phillips or like a wrestler in your ear. But now they have an actual producer telling you what to do. So the producer will go in your ear and be like, okay, like this much time until we're back from commercial, and then tell you like boo Rollins or cheer Asuka. And I'm like, I don't know, like I like Rollins, so I'm gonna cheer Rollins. Why are you telling me what to do? So it was actually really interesting. And I really don't know why they have producers in your ear now. I think that's kind of annoying, especially because like in like parts of the segment they literally cut out some of the promos. So the promo between the Hurt Business and Adam Pearce, the producer was telling us how much time before they pan back to us. So you missed part of what MVP and Pearce were saying. And I was like, bro, I want to hear what's going on. So that's my rant. So we're going to start now. Okay. Drew's angry. Drew's really angry. So, obviously, we had to start with WWE Champion, because that's what we do in modern day wrestling, I guess. Drew comes out and says, oh, like, I beat a Brandy, and if Brandy can come back, like, for Clash of Champions, I want to wrestle you in an ambulance match. So, I'm intrigued by the attempt of an ambulance match, only because it's really different in what, like, is going on now. I feel like it's a really cool stipulation to do, especially for a title match. I'm just very intrigued now, since the main event went to a no contest, if we're now going to do Drew, Keith, and Randy in a triple threat in an ambulance match. So, basically, Drew's like, oh, darn, Randy, if you can't come back, like, I don't know what I'm going to do. And then Pearce comes out, because apparently Pearce is in charge, and I love Drew's line here, where Drew literally says in his promo, who put you in charge? I literally want to know, who put Adam in charge? There was no storyline leading up to this. He just comes out and he just does whatever. I just want an explanation. Like, I know, like, non-kayfabe wise, like, he's a producer and he's one of the main producers there, but, like, a story would have been nice for those who don't know who Adam Pearce is. So Pearce makes the decision that Keith Lee wins. He is going to be the one to challenge Drew for the WWE Championship at Clash of Champions in the ambulance match. So this is also really interesting too, because I don't understand why they're going to push Keith to the moon so soon. Because I feel like even though he got that win over Orton, you don't want Drew to lose right now. But then, like, if Keith loses, like, I don't know. So I'm interested to see what they're going to try to do. Next we have Street Profits versus Cesaro Nakamura, and this last week I was intrigued to see what they were going to do, because the tag team division is just such a mess. They're splitting everyone up. Literally every single tag team. I don't know if there's tag teams on any single brand. So the Street Profits surprisingly take the win, and I guess like they're just trying to, you know, they're on Raw, so they have to win to defend the Raw brand, because that's what Cole was really trying to put over on commentary. But I was really shocked, because I know, like, Cesaro Nakamura, I like them better than the Street Profits. So that was interesting. A good match, though. Very good match. And then, oh my god. So, basically, Angel Garza and Lana are talking about, like, how Natty should be the one to wrestle Asuka later, because she's won the most matches in WWE. Like, this girl has been so irrelevant on our WWE television. Why are you trying to push her now? Oh my god, WWE. So now, Zelina comes in, and Zelina's like, oh, you're trying to fort Lana, like, we're not even going to talk about what happened last week, that you screwed us over for the win, and then, like, he was poking at Andrade, and then they start fighting, and Zelina's like, you know what, I'm done, I'm fed up with both of you, and I'm leaving. So she literally walks out, and then they start brawling. So this has been hinted for a while, the breakup between them, and I'm excited for the feud, but know. I feel like you could have done it in a different way rather than just, I'm going to talk to Lana. Okay, now we're going to fight, and now we're officially broken up, and Zelina's going to go do her own thing. Especially because Zelina and Andrade have literally been together since NXT. Like, the reason Andrade got over in NXT was because of how great of a manager Zelina was. Because I hated Andrade in NXT before he got Zelina. Then he got Zelina, and then things just started to become interesting. So, I don't know about that. Her business is absolutely amazing, though. Huh. So, they come out, they're cutting a promo, everything is fantastic, they're thriving, because Cedric finally joined, and, like, they're this cohesive unit, one of the only, I believe, units that are not broken up yet. We'll get to it. Cedric versus Ricochet, they both have amazing chemistry with each other, they're both incredible wrestlers. I really, really hope that after this stupid storyline, they are going to push Ricochet to the moon, because he's an incredible talent, and it makes me actually really, really mad and upset that they're not utilizing him to his capability. I think a nice word would be if Ricochet joined Rollins, but we know that's not going to happen. And so, you know, the match is going on, and then our favorite people, Retribution, like to chime in after Cedric wins. So, now it's becoming faintly obvious if you look at, like, the eyes of, like, who is in Retribution, but then I get oddly confused because, like, they had the 5 people cutting this promo, and then later on in the night, you had, like, 15 guys out there. Like, how big is this faction? And I also agree with everyone who's saying, like, this is just so longed out. It was cool in the beginning, but you've been going on for a month now. Like, I hope that they reveal who's in Retribution at Clash of Champions. If they do not reveal the Clash of Champions and they keep going, I'm going to get so mad and so annoyed. We all know who it is. You are literally wasting our time. Please just reveal it. Thank you. So basically their promo is about how, like, we only want to work in a system where we can succeed, and, like, the Performance Center just isn't that. Okay. Cool. Mickie James then cuts a promo saying how she believes that this is one of her last opportunities to get the Women's Championship and she wants to win. I'm a huge fan of Mickie. I was really excited for this match. And, yeah. Our favorite in-charge person, MVP, literally confronts Pierce, says he can't do his job. I appreciate that. And how if you can't handle Retribution, then we're going to do it. So, I also feel like, although MVP did keep his word this time, he also said he was going to take over Raw Underground, and he, like, didn't do that. So, okay. Asuka versus Mickie James, fantastic match. Throwback to their NXT Women's title match back at NXT TakeOver Toronto, I believe it was. The match is absolutely fantastic. This was going to deliver no matter what. Both two incredible talents. Mickie basically says she gets put in the Asuka lock, she can't continue, and then, oh my god, Zelina Vega. I have literally begged for Zelina to become a full-time wrestler. I literally begged it. I wanted so bad. She's such an amazing talent. Back in her days in TNA, when she was with Cerrito and LAX. I was so excited. She cuts the promo saying she's ready for Asuka. Don't try to tell her that she's not ready, and that she's done dealing with Garza and Andrade. She wants to focus on herself. She wants to focus on that Raw Women's Championship match. And this is actually really interesting because I feel like if you look down the Raw Women's roster right now, there's a lot of people that aren't really used for the title, and now that they're starting to slowly build up the women's division again without having Bayley and Sasha on Raw, and without having Charlotte and Becky, this is going to be really, really interesting. I'm assuming that this is going to be the title match Clash of Champions, and I'm really thrilled. I would love for Zelina to win at Clash of Champions, and I know that's not going to happen either. But this was a really interesting swerve, and I'm really excited to see if WWE is really going to continue pushing Zelina, because I know that a lot of people backstage really love her work, and I know that Ric Flair is really an instrumental part of, like, pushing Zelina to the moon. I'm so excited. So, yes. Bobby Lashley versus Eric was a waste of our time. Obviously, Lashley wins. I feel super bad that Ivar got hurt last week. We mentioned it. I hope he gets better soon. But yeah, her business just dominating. And then for Raw Underground, my favorite segment of Raw. So now I think just because I said the fact that they weren't using that brand-to-brand invitational, that they're just gonna use it. Cause Braun Strowman just, what? So Braun literally like comes and he's like, I want to be put in Raw Underground, and I just want to beat people up. And she's like, yes, we got the big man. Here we go. So excited. And then Colby is back. Who? Rollins. My heart. So Rollins tells Murphy that he doesn't want Murphy to come out to the ring because he doesn't want him to make a mistake and cost him the match. He's going to teach Dominic that he has nothing, like, he's going to teach Dominic that for the greater good that he has to lose. He doesn't want any mess-ups. Rollins is on top of his game. He is the top heel in WWE right now. I am sorry. It's not Orton. It is not Randy. It's Colby. It is Seth Rollins. Prove me wrong. Please prove me wrong to tell me that it's not Rollins. Then, I'm so confused with the whole Mandy thing. So, if you watched Talkie Smack or you were on Twitter, you found out that Mandy gets traded to Raw. So this has a lot, like, did you run out of ideas for Mandy and Otis? Is this part of the storyline? I don't know. I think it's stupid. I think it's generally stupid. I feel like you have to keep Otis and Mandy together until at least Otis cashes in. I know that you're teasing on SmackDown that, like, there's going to be a loophole and he's not going to be able to cash in. So, like, the picture that everyone was sharing Friday was the picture of him and Tucker with the contract. And it says the dates, like, 2015 to 2016 and not 2020 to 2021. So everyone's like, oh my god, Otis isn't going to be able to cash in. So, like, at least keep them together till that. I feel like now it's just, like, you hype this whole thing up. This was the whole Mania build. The whole WrestleMania build was so Otis and Mandy could be together. Now you're separating them. Thank you, WWE. Thank you for giving us pointless things. Like this. Ray says that Dominic puts his heart and soul into everything, and that he's so honored that him and his entire family is going to be at ringside. And little did we know that his family was actually going to play a big part in this cage match. And oh my god, this cage match. This cage match was actually really, really good. I stick by what I said, that Dominic literally is going to be one of the top stars on WWE in years to come. I am so happy that Rollins is his first feud. I think they have such great chemistry. They're just phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal together. Just the suplex off the top into a Falcon Arrow. Oh my god. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. So Murphy, of course, doesn't listen. Hand Rollins a kendo stick. Ray does the same thing. You know, they're going back and forth. So now Rollins is going to win. Murphy slams the cage on his head. Okay, cool. Luckily, Rollins bounces back. He gets the win, and he just annihilates Murphy. Oh my god, he literally beat the hell out of him. And I'm excited for this feud, but here's what I'm confused about. So, as I say, the Mysterious family got involved, they did. So, as Rollins is exiting after he beats up Murphy, he looks at Angie, Ray's wife, and goes, "You did one hell of a job. I hope that she turns out better," talking about Aliyah. Okay, so they're going in the ring to check on Dominic. And Aliyah starts to check up on Murphy. So, I'm confused of, I was, texting my friend, all these ideas. So, are you going to put Murphy with Ray? And then you're going to break him up from Ray to go back from Rollins a couple months down the line? Because you have to remember, too, Rollins is leaving in 2 months. Rollins is leaving around Survivor Series because Becky's due in December. So the fact that you're just adding to this storyline, I'm nervous. I'm intrigued. I'm very intrigued to see what they're going to do. But, oh my god. I don't know. Is Aliyah secretly training to wrestle too? Because I was under the impression that it was only Dominic that Ray was training, but is he training Aliyah, secretly? Very interesting to see what happens next week. We're back to Raw Underground, and Ziggler just, hops up from the commentary table and, beats up Riddick Moss. Strowman comes in and destroys Moss. Here's just your regular Raw Underground stuff. McIntyre then gets interviewed by Sarah Schreiber, talks bad stuff about Lee. Then they get into this huge brawl, and Pierce threatens to cancel the match that they're going to have in the main event. And then they're gonna cancel Clash Champions if they don't stop fighting. Okay, Adam. Cool. Then Strowman just kills Titus because Titus just doesn't do anything anymore. Owens versus Black, I'm intrigued. So Owens gets the win here, and so they're kind of, I think they're in a grudge. Like, they're in grudge terms. I mean, did Black technically win Raw Underground last week? Like, is it technically 1-on-1? I'm intrigued to see what they're going to do with this, because they have a lot of the story to tell, because you're still trying to figure out, like, why Black turned heel and why Black is, like, kind of like this dark side of him, just, like, beating people up like crazy. So that's something I'm really excited for, and they can definitely build to this. Like, if the Rollins and Owens, like, if Rollins and Ray can last for, like, almost 6 to 9 months, then you could literally do this for a while. And, like, they have such great chemistry, such amazing wrestlers. Keep this on my TV in any capacity. Riot Squad, Lana, Natalia, oh my, just no. First of all, Baszler and Jax being tag team champions is the stupidest thing ever. Like, you could have Baszler, Asuka, Jax. You missed opportunities here, Vince. So, they're on commentary. They're bickering, of course, because that's just what they do. That's the gimmick. And then Riot Squad wins because we have to have them have momentum. And then they attack, and then Baszler and Jax just attack Natty and Lana. They throw Lana through a table, and the Riot Squad is literally just staring. It's like standing there staring at them. I'm like, is this what they're gonna do to us at Clash Champions? Oh my god! Please, I'm begging. Please put the titles on the Riot Squad and let Jax and Baszler feud. Please. Dabba-Kato and Strowman next week. Raw Underground. Okay, they could literally just do a regular match. But no, we gotta do it a Raw Underground. Drew versus Keith. So, I was excited. This is their first one-on-one match. And, Keith is still proving himself, even though he got that win over Orton. Still proving that he belongs on the main roster. And then, as MVP said so gratefully on commentary, is no one going to talk about the lights flickering? Is no one going to talk about that at all? So now MVP was the MVP of the show, because he was on commentary for like the last hour. Like Dolph was on there for, I think, the first 90 minutes, and they switched with MVP. So then MVP got up from the commentary desk to run to Gorilla to literally come back out with the Hurt Business. Only in WWE, folks. You can only get this here. So Retribution comes out, and like Drew and Keith are like trying to attack them. Like I said, like there were 15 of them, and the Hurt Business comes out, taking off their suits, their watches, and they run to the ring, and like there's a whole brawl, and then Raw literally ends with Drew and Keith literally flipping over the top rope and like landing on Retribution. It was crazy, but no contest. So now, like I said in the beginning, triple threat at Clash. How is a triple threat end? Like, are there gonna be like 2 ambulances, and then you're gonna have like, or are we all gonna fit in one ambulance? But like social distancing, so like you have to have 2, but like ambulances are expensive. So I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued to see what they're gonna do with this. Honestly, we have a week and a half till Clash, so Orton comes back next week, or we're just gonna build that up for Hell in a Cell. I don't know. This was a really good episode of Raw, though. Like, I had very low expectations, but this was really good, and this was really in your face. Like I said in the beginning, I am very angry that if you were short commentators, I would have flown to Florida to fill in. Obviously, my commentary here is just so good, so you could have used me on Raw next time. So that is your Raw review for September 14th, 2020. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that bell for notifications. Make sure you are following me on Twitter. I started live tweeting for part of Raw, and then I stopped. I don't know why. So follow me on Twitter at Kimmy_WWE. Follow me on Instagram at Kimmy Talks Wrestling to get your notifications of when I post new videos. And I will see you Wednesday Thursday for our review of AEW Dynamite, Saturday for our review of SmackDown, and I will see you next Tuesday for next week's Raw. I hope you all enjoyed this episode of Kimmy Talks Wrestling. Kimmy is out.